My guest today is a wide receiver on the Houston Texans. He played college football at the University of Pittsburgh and developed into a stud receiver. He earned second team All-ACC in 2022, leading the Panthers with 60 receptions and over 1,000 yards. It's my absolute honor to welcome to Jake's Takes Texans wide receiver Jared Wayne. What's up, Jared? How you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you doing? Thanks for having me.
Man, Jared, thank you so much for coming on my show. It's awesome to have you. And thank you so much for being so nice to me when we met at the Jays game last month. We had a nice little chat there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course, man. That was awesome to meet you. That was a great experience, just overall. Getting to meet some of the Jays players, obviously connecting with you and making this happen. So thank you.
Yeah. Do you follow the Jays or anything, or maybe any other sports? Or...
Yeah, honestly, growing up, I pretty much played every sport. Hockey was kind of my first love for a sport, so
Of course.
definitely still into hockey a lot. But yeah, anytime I get a chance to watch, whatever it is, I'm always glued to the TV watching sports. So definitely following the Jays, and they're doing pretty well right now. So
Yeah, they had an ugly game last night, but overall they're doing pretty well.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Anyway, I want to give a huge shout out to Vince from Floor 13 Sports for all his help. How long have you
Yes,
been working with Vince?
Vince and I have been working just since the beginning of this year. As I kind of start my next chapter, and they're a new organization as well. Just helping local talent. Maximize their potential in the marketing space, and helping me with my branding and stuff. So yeah, of course, big shout out to Vince. In the short time that we worked together, it's been awesome. So big shout out.
Yeah, he was super nice to me as well. Anyway, so I
Yeah.
want to talk about your personal game now a little bit. You were a wide receiver prospect coming from the University of Pittsburgh, and you
Mhm.
recently just had a huge decision to make.
Yeah.
Two different teams interested in you, but those two different teams happen to be in two different leagues. You
Yeah.
were drafted by the Toronto Argos in the 2023 CFL draft, but at the same time, the Houston Texans wanted you bad.
Mhm.
What was the decision process? What made you think dang, I'm going to Houston?
Yeah, my goal and dream has always been to play in the NFL. You know, in my eyes, the NFL holds the best athletes in the world. So being able to compete, against those guys every week is, all that I can ask for, to showcase, what I can do athletically, and um, just to be involved in that is something special. Obviously, the CFL is great as well. My dad played in the CFL, so something that I followed, not as heavily as NFL growing up, but something that still holds value in who I am. Um, so yeah, I think it just came down to listening to that 8-year-old Jared, and the dreams he wanted to follow, and yeah, I'm happy with my decision, and I'm not going to look back. So
Which team did you follow growing up? Which NFL team? Because here in Toronto, we don't got one, obviously.
yeah, so I was a quarterback for most of my early years playing. Yeah, so Aaron Rodgers was my guy. So I was a Packers fan growing up. Um, but yeah, Houston's where it's at now. So
Yeah, did you actually see Justin Jefferson? He gave his listing of the top five quarterbacks. And I think he had Mahomes at one, then he had Rodgers at two, I believe, Burrow at three, and Herbert then Allen, I think. No, or maybe Hurts and then
okay,
Allen. Do
yeah.
you think Aaron Rodgers is still up there? Because you just said he's one of your guys, so you still think he's number two?
Um, I gotta give a big shout out to my guy CJ. Obviously, he's gonna make some noise. He's a great young talent. So I can't wait to see what he does in this league. There's so many. At every position really now. The league's just fit. The league's just littered with talent. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is still playing at a crazy high level. Obviously, Mahomes, and there's so many other guys, but I gotta show love to my quarterback first.
Yeah, do you feel like you won the lottery a little bit? Because you mentioned CJ, and come on, we've seen this rodeo before when a rookie quarterback and a rookie receiver hook up. we know how great the chemistry can be. We know how great they can become as a duo. Like, what's it been like playing with CJ and everything like that so far?
It's awesome, man. I mean, even our quarterback room, the whole room in general is really special. Obviously Davis Mills and Case Keenum. It's just been so welcoming from everybody in the organization, and I'm just so blessed and thankful to be a part of such a great organization. And yeah, I'm looking forward to just developing as a player and a person. So.
Yeah, you developed a lot this year. You played 4 seasons at Pitt for the Panthers, obviously, and you had a great, great college career with 2,308 yards, 146 catches in 41 games. But this year, like we mentioned, you really elevated that game and stood out big time. Caught over 1,000 yards this year, and in one game, you had 11 catches for 206 yards and 3 touchdowns. What was it about this past year that you really just elevated your game?
Yeah, I think I just I knew what I wanted to do, and my I realized that my goal was attainable. So it was really just about putting the work in, finding a routine that worked for me, staying healthy, obviously. Um, but yeah, I mean, I feel like you said, I kind of hit the jackpot with my situation now. I think it all kind of just came together this year.
What's interesting to me though is that for the first 3 years of your college career, you had an outstanding quarterback in Kenny Pickett.
Hmm.
And then your senior year, he goes to the NFL, gets drafted, obviously, which I'm sure you're super proud of him for. And it's just so confusing. Like, man, that's when you had your breakout year. You must have really put in the work to get that without your superstar quarterback.
For sure. Yeah, big shout out to Kenny as well. That's my guy. Um, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't really. I guess throughout my whole kind of college experience, I was used to change. I had a couple different receiver coaches, a couple different OCs as well. So, um, at the end of the day, kind of if you can play, you're gonna make plays. So, if you're a baller, it's gonna show. So, I wasn't too worried about who was back there. It was just more so of me putting in the work to go out there and have confidence in myself to go out and make the plays that I need to.
100%, 100%. You
Hmm.
know, obviously Kenny's amazingly talented and everything, but you've played with some really, really talented players in your days in Pittsburgh. You played with obviously Kenny, you played with Elijah Cansey, Jordan Addison. Who do you think's the most talented player you've played with?
Hmm. It's a tough question to answer, man. I can't give you one answer. I think all three of those guys that you name, and there's so many more too. Every player has something special about them. No player is the same, so um, no two players are the same. So yeah, I mean those three guys are phenomenal. They deserve everything that's coming their way, and I'm just so happy for them, and as well as the rest of my teammates that are continuing to play not only in the NFL but just continue to chase those dreams. So.
Of course, Jared. Anyway, so now you're coming into the league as a rookie, and with the Texans receiving core, that don't get me wrong, it's good, but there's
Mhm.
definitely some room to improve. The one thing you do have, though, for sure, is you got some great vets. Guys like Robert Woods and Noah Brown. How excited are you to be around them, start getting around them, start learning from them, and all that stuff?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I really hit the jackpot. The guys in the room have been, just so welcoming and really just trying to help me improve my game and as a person as well. It's on and off the field, right? It's a lifestyle. So, I can't say enough good things about the guys in the room and the culture that's going on in Houston.
Yeah, talk about if you're in your division, looking at your division, we saw big news in your division with DeAndre Hopkins signing with the Titans. What are your
Hmm.
thoughts on that signing? Because now it's in your division. It's probably a little annoying for you, but
Yeah.
what are your
Um,
thoughts on that?
No, I mean I've always been a fan of his game. So I'm glad to see that he found a team, but I don't pay too much attention to what's going on outside of what we have in our building. So I'm focused on training camp and just improving on my game and doing whatever I can to help my team win. So
Jared, we all know how amazing DeAndre's hands are. Everyone talks about how smooth his hands are. But if there's one thing, one aspect of the game that you could steal from any receiver, one skill, what would you take? Would it be like Tyreek's speed, or would it be someone's hand? Like,
I think I'd have to go Devontae Adams, and I'll kind of generalize it, but his ability to get open, whether it's at the line of scrimmage or within the middle or top of the route, he's just so savvy, and yeah, he's really found something special in his game that he's tapped into. So I think that would be it. Just yeah, his ability to get open is probably the best in the league right now, in my opinion.
100%, I agree with you. Beyond. Anyway, so I recently just had Chargers receiver Josh Palmer on my show.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about how there's so many Canadian players now in the NFL. Obviously with Josh, with you, with Chase Claypool, Javon Holland, Chuba Hubbard, your teammate John Mechie, and
Mm-hmm.
others. Like, how special is it to see the rise of Canada football and to be a part of that?
It's awesome, man. Um, we're on the kind of the upbring of something special in Canada. Being from Peterborough, Ontario, I don't think there's ever been someone that signed an NFL contract. So, that alone for myself is huge, and I'm very grateful for that. It's a blessing, but Canada as a whole, the sport is growing, which is awesome to see, and it's only going to keep growing. So I'm excited for what the future holds.
Okay, Jared, last question. Obviously, now you're coming into a new competition level in the NFL. Which corner are you excited to sauce up the best? Come on, who is it?
Again, like I said, the league's just littered with talent. So, there's a lot of guys that I look forward to going against. I'm not gonna call anyone out right now, but I definitely look forward to some great challenges and great competition.
There's a reason Stephon Gilmore got out of that division as fast as he did. Come on, Jared. He saw you sign with the Texans.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a great year, and you know, we're uh we're definitely cooking up something special in Houston. So
Jared, thank you so much for joining me today on Jake's Takes. Did you have fun with me
thank you,
today?
Jake. Of course, man. This was awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.